Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I'm Brendan Lee with theBrendanLee.com in support of consciousness and skill worldwide. In this video, I want to talk to you about, I've got a question for the forum. It's talking about the relative and the absolute in religion. Hello, Brendan. I'm writing to you with a formal question about something that came up for me about absolute and relative distinctions. I stumbled across the Wikipedia page for mysticism that defines itself as the union with the absolute, the infinite, or God. I'm sure that was silly of me to think the term absolute didn't exist before Peter made the distinction, Peter Ralston. But what does bother me is its use in a religious context. So you're bothered, huh? You get bothered? I get bothered all the time. Okay, not all the time. If you could just share a bit of insight on this so I can get a clear understanding of what the absolute is in Peter's terms as opposed to mysticism's terms or anything else, frankly, that would be great. Because they seem to be talking about the same thing, but I know how often you emphasize your work is not about a belief or religion. Thank you. Cool. Thanks for writing in. So mysticism... reading from Wikipedia, mysticism is popularly known to become one with God or the absolute, but may refer to any kind of ecstasy or altered state of consciousness which is given a religious or spiritual meaning. It may also refer to the attainment of insight in ultimate or hidden truths and to human transformation supported by various practices and experiences. The term mysticism has ancient Greek origins with various historically determined meanings derived from the Greek word, can't read that, meaning to close or to conceal. Mysticism refers to the biblical, liturgical, spiritual, and contemplative dimensions of early and medieval Christianity during the early modern period. The definition of mysticism grew into a broad range of beliefs and ideologies related to extraordinary experiences and states of mind. Okay. Well, yes. It is very true that I am very clear that the work that I do is not about religion or belief or any of that crap, okay? And the reason I could say it like that is because all religion, as far as I can, all religion is founded on believing something or having faith in something being true. I do not support believing in what's true. I support you in grasping for yourself what the truth is. Fuck religion. Yeah. Okay. Now, what is mysticism? To your question, you see, like when you say union with the absolute, the infinite, or God, well, let's just take... My initial response to your question is like not to worry about it, because then it sounds to me like you're trying to take something that you read in mysticism, about mysticism, which I'm not a mystic, I don't practice mysticism or whatever the fuck it is, I don't know. Just in reading a little bit, people talk about union with God, or union with the absolute, or something that's infinite, and other religions also refer to God as something infinite, right? And now, one thing you should know about infinite, if something is infinite, there isn't a thing there. Because how do we know of things? The only way you can know of a thing is in relation to what it's not. And infinity has no not. You see, and then also like the absolute, we use the words to add the absolute to point to what is absolutely true beyond relative existence, as if, and then you're like, well, how do you go beyond relative existence? You can't, because there is no beyond. That refers to I'm past something. You see, like I'm beyond where I am. I go past where I am, so I'm here in relationship to where I was. Again, that's relative. So there's no beyond in infinite. Now, what is, what distinction is Peter making when he says the absolute? Well, it's just what's absolutely true. You see, and now is it related to what they have in mysticism? Don't know. If I go off of what it says in Wikipedia about mysticism saying that it's relating to states of consciousness, then no, because I'm not talking about a state. I'm not talking about an altered state. If we're talking about belief in such states, which also Wikipedia is saying, popularly known as becoming one with God or the absolute, but may refer to any kind of ecstasy or altered state of consciousness. Ecstasy? No, not what I'm talking about. Altered state? No, not what I'm talking about when I'm talking about absolute. Which is given religious or spiritual meaning. Religious or spiritual meaning? No, that's religious and spiritual meaning. See? I can give meaning to something. You can give meaning to something. Somebody else can give meaning to something. An animal, a different meaning. So what's that say about meaning? It's just made up. Whatever something means to you is what it means to you. That's what it means to you. That's what you do with it. If somebody else has a different meaning, they have a different meaning. The truth about what's meaningful is it's made up. So fuck it. It's a crapshoot. Is that absolute? Nope. So again, not that. Now, becoming one with God or the absolute, at face value, we could say, yeah, sure. When I grasp what's absolutely true, I am as if one with the absolute or one with God. If we're considering, and then we have to be very fucking careful at this point, because if I say God, what am I talking about? Or if I say the absolute, what am I talking about? See? Absolute, God, and infinity, I've got all kind of have the same thing in common. It's what's absolutely true, infinite, no beginning or end, no here or there, no life, no death, nowhere to go, no space. You see, that's infinite. Right? Now, nothing to do with what I just said. That doesn't help at all, does it? Okay? So now, in terms of, if mysticism is held as a tradition or religious belief system, again, no, not what I'm talking about. So, to answer your question, basically, I wouldn't worry about it. And based on my understanding of where you're at, probably the most powerful thing you could do is just hold that, not trying to. Sometimes people try to put everything together. Like, we over here, we say absolute consciousness. And then over here they have, mysticism, the union with God, or the yoga is like a union of mind and body, or whatever, the divine and something. I don't know what union, right? Dead to dead, we become one with God, union, absolute consciousness. And it's like, okay, God, infinite, absolute here, and more infinite, absolute over there. And then it's like, we might come to the conclusion, they're all going to the same place. No. And I bet if you asked a bunch of people who are into mysticism, it's probably varied in terms of what their response is about what that is. So you could ask some people. Now, what I think is probably the best and most powerful thing to do is just consider it as an invitation to a possibility, without trying to fit everything into a cosmology about how you think it all works and fits together. Because if you don't do that, then guess what? They don't fit together. If you don't put them together, they're not together, you see? And people keep doing that. They're like, all religions are going to the same place. Fuck no, they're not. They don't go to the same place. Especially if one is moving into the direction of a belief system, and another one is like, let's go have sex all the time, and another one is like, let's believe this other thing. And then some, twisted stuff. I don't know, in the Mormons, whatever, you got to wear special underwear or something, and sex is a certain way and it's all fucked up or whatever. You see, like, is that the same? No, it's like that's believing stuff. They're the same in that they're believing things about how to live and what's true, but their directions are all out of whack, different alignments there. They go in different places. Now, you could put them all together and believe that that's true, and that's something that you would do. So what I think is powerful in this case is just to hold an open consideration. Well, what is absolute, and or even better, grasp what is absolutely true, say like of your nature, and then you'll know what's up. You might go, oh, yep, that is a perfect descriptor for God. You might say that. You might not. It doesn't matter. See, oh, infinite? Check. Got it. Yeah, that's what infinite is. Oh, right. Infinite. Non-relative. Oh, I get it now. And then these types of questions probably be a little more clear. So, mainly my main response here is just don't worry about it. Hold open. And whatever mystics have as absolute is whatever they have. And if you want to know if what they have is the same as what I'm considering, when they speak about absolute or God or infinite or whatever, then you would have to ask some mystics. And likely you will find that it is mostly people believing things about stuff. Just believing shit about shit. Which in my world is like, it's like nothing. It's not really, it doesn't do anything. It just adds to beliefs. It adds a pile of beliefs, and that's it, rather than like an actual realization of something. Yeah? So that's what I got for you there. Yeah. And thanks for writing in. I do appreciate it. And take care of yourselves out there. Have fun. Or not. Hey, fuck it. It's your choice, your life. You do. If you want to get semi-serious, check the links in the description. I got a free course, paid course, hire me to be an online coach. Most importantly, come here, do a workshop. They kick some ass, and come do some of our embodiment practices. They're also great. They're a lot of fun, and any skill level is welcome. And they'll get you into your body and super aware about stuff like that. So otherwise, hey, fire me a comment. Hit me up on the forum. This helps me create content for you. Much love. Thanks for writing in. Take care. Till next time, I'm Brendan Lee with thebrendanlee.com in support of consciousness and skill worldwide, which is founded by Peter Ralston. Till next time. Ciao.